Now, before you go, can you tell me about your song Nomads?
Yeah. Nomads is the final track off the album, and these are all the songs are based off of these conversations I had with my grandfather over the first year of the pandemic. So I kind of, it wasn't an album at the start. It was kind of just me almost interviewing my grandfather for a year while we were both kind of locked down like 1,000 kilometers apart. And we talked about like his life in Sandy Lake First Nation, growing up on the trap line with his brothers and sisters, but we had never actually ever talked about his experience in residential school and, meeting my grandmother there and falling in love with her and them kind of eloping after that. So like all these kind of stories and kind of being that vulnerable was kind of new to the both of us. So we kind of got really close over that first year, and I guess listening back to those interviews at the end of 2020, I ended up writing one song, and then I wrote two songs, and then wrote an album, and they're all kind of almost all kind of in the style of kind of call and response. Like it's going to be a mixture of kind of clips from these conversations and the kind of the songs that follow them. So, Nomads for sure is kind of this kind of melancholic, but also kind of hopeful, triumphant track. And I think that was kind of where I was when I finished the album, which is kind of like, I got to record our family story, at least like a small part of it, and kind of, immortalize it a little bit. A lot of the Indigenous history is kind of oral, right? So a lot of it kind of gets lost over time. So being able to kind of capture something and make like a little time capsule or something is kind of pretty special. Even knowing that there's all of that information that you've been able to condense into, a single and trickle into a whole record, like that's a lot. Was your grandfather one of the first people that listened to it? Yeah. I played him some of the demos, and I mean he's family, so he's bias a little bit. No, he was super thrilled. But like when I got to work with Hilker Kudus, and I got to work with this amazing team of musicians, and it was able to kind of play him some more mastered tracks was kind of super special, because like I remember when I went up to Thunder Bay where he's living, and I picked him up and we were driving around, and I just kind of put on a track, and I didn't even kind of tell him, and I just. I hope you recorded that. No, did you? I didn't. That reaction. I know, because like I don't even know either. I can picture it. No, that was just for me, I guess. Invisible fear.
Sometimes they used to beat that drum for an hour steady until our dead people.
I played the track and I still think like a lot of people are kind of surprised that like I kind of don't sound how I talk. Yeah, no, not at all. And so my grandfather also kind of, he didn't realize it was the track until like it was like the one song where I actually used like a sample of him talking, and then he was just kind of like, oh, that's me on the radio. I love that. Oh, that's so great. Yeah. So that's Nomads. I actually played that track.